Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. Hopefully, if everything goes right, this should be number 250. It seems I have started an unintentional trend where every 50 Let's Plays, I either play a game that is good, or I play a game that has shaped me. 50 was ActRaiser, good game. 100 was Mega Man 2, good game. 150 was Super Mario Bros. 3, good game, and shaped me. 200 was the replay of Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego for the Super NES. I grew up with the DOS version, but I played the Super NES version again just to remake it, and good game and shapes me. This one is probably the most controversial one yet. King's Quest VII shaped me in a way not as good as a game as I remember. And I will explain along the way. This was the game that got me back into point-and-click adventure games, or rather the Sierra games in general. I remember watching my sister play King's Quest II, King's Quest IV. We got King's Quest VI at one point. We never had 5. I know we had 1. I barely remember my sister playing 3. I definitely remember her playing 7, and I definitely remember her getting Mask of Eternity. I don't know if she ever played it or not, but she must have, but I never saw her play it. But anyway, 7 of all the King's Quest games that I've seen, I played 2 for the channel, and 5 on the NES. 5 is pretty bad, but 7 is kind of in the black sheep all its own. And as much as I would like to start a new game now, I'm going to start with the intro. Oh boy.
Childish things away. When you're happy, thrilled, delighted, you're going to be alright. Yes, I'm so excited. I want to run and hide. I want to go to a land beyond dreams, where everything's new, not really what it seems. Enchantment, adventure are waiting for me. I'll find that magic land, a land beyond dreams. That's not all, Mother. Then he said, "So sorry, Princess. I never step on Mama's feet when we're dancing."
All right, I admit Prince Rupert is, well, he's a bit awkward, dear.
That's putting it mildly.
But speaking of princes, my pretty daughter, it really is time you thought about getting married.
Oh, Mother.
Now, Rosella, you're nearly 20 years old. Most of your friends are already married.
Mother, I'm not ready. There are so many things I haven't done yet. I want to have fun.
But Rosella, I happen to know that Prince Throckmorton of Montecore is just mad about you.
Prince Throckmorton? Mother, he's so boring.
He's not boring, Rosella. He's reliable. And he's so handsome. He has the most beautiful smile, don't you think? And he's so intelligent. How many young men do you know whose hobby is conjugating Latin verbs? And you know, you should consider yourself lucky. Every princess in the known world is just dying to marry Prince Throckmorton. You really must strike while the iron is hot, Rosella. That's why I've invited the prince to... Rosella!
Well, we know what the story is here. Valenice wants Rosella to marry, and all of a sudden, a dragonfly pops out of a pond. Rosella jumps in. There's a portal to another world. Valenice goes in after her. Some weird hand grabs Rosella, and then that's it. The story isn't the bad part. It's the animation. It's from Animation Magic. And if you're wondering why it looks familiar, why it looks like a YouTube poop, why it looks like something out of Hotel Mario or Link, the Faces of Evil, or Zelda the Wand of Gamelon, or Mutant Rampage Body Slam, or I Am Mean. If you're wondering why it looked off in that sort of way, that's why. They did all of the animated cutscenes for those games, and they also did the cutscene for that. And while it was pretty good at the time, it hasn't aged well, much like this game. And I might as well just go ahead and start a new game at this point. Well, we get to name our game, so... Can I? I can. Only 8 letters, okay. 6, 7, 8. Okay. So you can click on these things with the mouse, but you can also use the keyboard too, which is pretty cool. And enter. Which chapter? You can start in any chapter you want, but I'm starting with the first one. Chapter 1, Where in the Blazes Am I?
My daughter! Rosella! Where are you? Blast! What is this place? Where is my Rosella? My child?
So, we're now in this desert. Our petticoat, or Queen Valenice's petticoat, got stuck on that cactus over there. And then some rat-like creature got chased by a jackalope. We have one thing in our inventory, which is the golden comb. If we move stuff onto move the cursor, which is shaped like a wand, onto things, we can see where we can go, and we can see what we can interact with. Like this piece of petticoat, for example. We can grab it. We can also interact with this cactus. And of course, if you get a crayon icon, that means you have to wait until the thing is done.
Ow!
You can click on that cactus several times, but there's really no reason to. And There's that thing again. Well, we're stuck in a desert. We might as well go ahead and look around. And it looks like going right is probably where I want to go first. There is a little scroll bar down there that signifies where we are on the map. And you can use it to move around and whatnot. And maybe that's not the best place to go. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But we also have an eye icon. We can click on something in the inventory to make it our cursor, and then we can move it to the eye once that item is flashing white. By doing so, we can look at what the item is right here, and we can hold the left mouse button and drag the mouse left and right to rotate what we are looking at too. And if we click on this box in the upper left, we'll back out of the menu. And we can just put the item back in the inventory just by moving it to the inventory and clicking with the left mouse button. I don't think I want to go in there though. That seems rather foreboding. Let's see what happens if we go this way. Well, there is a guy running around in the desert, as well as the desert itself. I don't think I want to go in there if King's Quest V is any indication. And now to see what is down here. This guy again. And more deserts. Let's not and say we did. What if we were to follow the road, though? So as you can see, everything is point and click. You just use the left mouse button. If you can interact with something, the wand glows like that, like I have it on the door there. And while it is simpler than the first 6 games, well, at least the first 4 games, and it does give you a chance to realize, hey, you can look at this or interact with it or something. Some have complained that it made this game a bit too easy compared to the first 6. I like it though.
Rare curiosities. Ricardo Eduardo Rodriguez, Rurat, proprietor.
And we can read the sign. What was his name again?
Rare curiosities. Ricardo Eduardo Rodriguez, Rurat, proprietor.
Ah, yes, Ricardo. Let's see if we can talk to Ricardo and see where we are.
Who can that be? I cannot see.
I am Valenice of Daventry, good sir. Is there a problem with your eyes?
But awful rotten jackalope has swiped my glasses. I can't cope. Normally I'd trade with you, but since I'm blind, my day is through.
Of all the rude, inconsiderate...
Well, we finally found out who that was. That was a jackalope. Apparently, clicking on Ricardo did not give us any information. You can click on these holes, but I guess the jackalope's going to give us more trouble if you do. Getting a drink of tea as the jackalope makes fun of us. Let us see what is over here, using the little scroll bar. Ah. There is something here that we can read, and if we click on this, we can read it just a little bit more. So apparently there's bad water here. We have to put something in it. We turn a thing, and then the bad water is gone. I'm assuming that's what this is saying. I could be wrong. But we can click on exit in the upper left to exit. This leads to another area completely, but we cannot do anything there. And if we try, we are going to get destroyed. Yes, you can die in this game just like in the past games. And there's a prickly pear on this cactus as we go left.
Ouch! Blast! I can't reach it.
Probably because of all those thorns. There is also a door here, but we can't seem to open it quite yet. Let's see what happens if we go down from here. Well, we were all the way left of where we started. And there's a stick. We now have a stick. Also forgot to show off this item. This is the golden comb. You can spin it around. And if you use it on Valenice, I almost called her Rosella there for a second. This is another point of complaint with some people who have played this game in the past. I know that the Gaming Corner, Chris of the Gaming Corner, has mentioned this a few times. When Sierra made the King's Quest games, they had some strong, powerful female protagonists in the form of Rosella. And Valenice in a way, even though you never played as her up until this point in the series. And while the Golden Comb will be used for a few things, that alone has prompted people to say, oh, they made Valenice and Rosella weaker. Which, they may have a point in a way. And by weaker, I mean they made whoever made this game, the developers of this game, obviously Sierra, made Valenice and Rosella look less like headstrong female protagonists. Anyway, we can click on these things.
Salt crystals. How odd.
And we can somehow pick them up. We already know what these things are. And apparently you can only spin stuff left and right. I forgot to look at that stick, too. It's a stick. There's really not much to this. There's really not much to anything that I'm looking at for the moment. And we are now kind of at a loss of what we need to do. And of course, whenever we pass by this road, the jackalope will show up. It's quite the pain in the butt. And there is a police car going right there. So now, we might as well go ahead and do some more exploring. I might as well check out this statue that we saw earlier. And I might as well just go ahead and scroll this down just a little bit more. That way I know where I am. We never really looked at this. There is something down at the base of this statue. Apparently there's some bad water. And we have to cry into the bowl and give an offering. And then suddenly we can drink the water, I guess? And it looks like you can cry into the bowl with the golden comb, but there are also some beads here too. And it looks like we can't really do much with these. Unless we just play around with them. Though it looks like we will have... Do you play with that at some point? What? I've never done that. Also, you can click on the arm to turn the bowl upside down. That's something. Let me see if I can reproduce that. Okay, we get on this, we exit. Oh no! What? Melodies, what are you doing? Oh my gosh, wow. I had no idea you could do that. And just in case anybody is wondering, I'm playing the version that came from GOG, which means it may be version 2.0. I don't think anybody ever caught that glitch. Oh my word. Oh man. I have no idea how long I've been recording because I'm using Camtasia for this. And what I'm going to do is... Oh dear. Well, we made a little bit of progress. By clicking on this red gem, you can see how much progress you made. You can make either the movies full screen or half screen. You can turn scrolling on and off. I'm going to keep scrolling on so that way I can use that bar whenever possible. You can mess with the volume. Is there anything else you can do? What if we quit the game? Ah! Okay, so that's how you save. Well... Okay, make a new bookmark and keep playing. Your game has now been saved here. That's how we save. Okay. So you have to select quit, and then you can save, and also choose whether or not you want to save and or quit. Alrighty then. Well, we're going to have to get to work on doing things in the next video. Join me next time where we explore more of the desert and try to figure out where the heck we are. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!